You wake up. Your mind is already a storm. 1,000 thoughts, 1,000 possibilities, 1,000 demands ripping through your head before your feet even hit the floor. Most people call it chaos. Most people call it a curse. But you know better. You know that chaos is just raw, unrefined power. And what you do with it determines whether you rise or remain shackled. The world is not designed for us. It wants you dulled, medicated, and chained to its slow, linear pace. It wants you distracted, exhausted, predictable. It wants you living in reaction, not creation. But here's the truth. When you master your mornings, you master your mind. And when you master your mind, you bend reality to your will. That's the formula. Control the morning. Control the war. The ADHD mind is like lightning. Unpredictable, devastating, unstoppable. But lightning needs a conductor. Without one, it burns itself out in a flash of wasted energy. That's why the morning isn't a suggestion. It's the battlefield. It's where you decide who you are before the world tries to decide for you. You need structure. Not because you're weak, but because structure is freedom. The plan is simple, but it will break you if you disrespect it. Wake up, and before the noise can swallow you whole, you anchor yourself. Breath, cold water, movement, silence. Write your war map for the day. 3 targets. Not 10, not 20. 3. Because chaos without direction is just destruction. When you feel that urge to chase every thought, every spark, you slow down and execute the plan. Focus, then strike. And when the distractions creep in, because they will, you don't fight them with shame or excuses. You burn them with action. Action is the language this world respects. Not intentions. Not dreams. Action. You will stumble. You will spiral. And that's fine. But the morning will always be there, waiting for you. Reset. Refocus. Rebuild. That's the beauty of this formula. It's yours. It doesn't care about perfection. It only cares about consistency. And let this sink in. Your mind is a weapon. Every morning you're either sharpening it or letting it rust. There is no neutral. There is no pause. The day is either yours or it belongs to the chaos. The choice is yours. So tomorrow, when you wake up and that storm hits you, don't run from it. Harness it. Direct it. Build your systems. Forge your discipline. And remind yourself, you are not broken. You are not scattered. You are built for speed, for creation, for power. You just need to control the direction of the fire. The ADHD Morning Formula is simple. Ruthless clarity, ruthless action, ruthless consistency. Control the morning, and the world won't be able to ignore you. But listen closely. Words without action are nothing. You can understand the power of the ADHD Morning Formula. You can feel the truth of it in your bones. But unless you apply it, it dies as just another good idea. This isn't about theory. This is about execution. So here's how you turn chaos into clarity. Here's how you take the lightning inside your mind and channel it into something sharp, unstoppable, and undeniable. A 6-step plan. Simple, actionable, and relentless. Follow it. And you won't just start your mornings with power. You'll build a life defined by discipline, progress, and fulfillment. Step 1. Conquer the wake-up war. The war begins the second your alarm goes off. That moment, the fragile space between sleep and reality, decides everything. Most people think discipline is about willpower. They think it's about motivation, about waking up wanting to get out of bed. No, It's about ownership. It's about standing up when your mind screams to stay down. And when you master that first battle of the day, you don't just wake up. You declare war on every excuse that's ever chained you to mediocrity. The ADHD mind doesn't ease into the day. It either launches you into chaos or paralyzes you with noise. That's why this step is non-negotiable. You cannot afford to start your day in hesitation. Hesitation is the seed of chaos, and chaos left unchecked will devour your focus, your time, your purpose. Winning the wake-up war is about setting the tone. You start your day with a win, and suddenly, the rest of the day bends to your will. Think about it. Every time you hit snooze, you're reinforcing the habit of choosing comfort over progress. You're teaching your brain that it's acceptable to delay, to procrastinate, to avoid. But when you launch out of bed, when your feet hit the floor without hesitation, you send a different message. You tell your mind, we move forward, no matter what. That single action rewires everything. Here's how to make this ironclad. 1. Weaponize your environment. Preparation is everything. Place your alarm across the room, far enough that you physically have to get up to shut it off. That first step out of bed is your first victory. Pair it with intention. A sticky note by the alarm with a single word or phrase that ignites you. Rise. Building execute. It doesn't have to be poetic. It just has to trigger the warrior in you. 2. Anchor your wake-up time. Set a consistent wake-up time every single day. Weekends are no exception. Consistency is where discipline grows. The brain thrives on rhythm. When you train it to expect the same start time, the fog lifts faster, and your mornings become easier to control. If you struggle to fall asleep, reverse engineer your night. Shut down screens an hour before bed. Dim the lights. Let your mind slow. You can't conquer your mornings if your nights are chaos. 3. Kill the digital poison. This is where most people fail. They wake up and immediately hand over their attention to the world. Emails, notifications, endless noise. Your first 30 minutes should belong to you and only you. Silence your phone or keep it in another room. The dopamine hits can wait. Build your mind before the world tries to control it. 4. Pair wake-up with ritual. Your ADHD mind craves anchors, reliable cues that tell your brain it's time to lock in. Pair your wake-up with a ritual that's non-negotiable. Splash cold water on your face. Drink a tall glass of water. Step outside for 60 seconds of fresh air. These small rituals stack, and they train your brain to move automatically, without debate. 5. Reframe the resistance. When the alarm rings, resistance will whisper. It will tell you you're too tired, that you deserve 5 more minutes, that today is the day you should rest. Understand this. Resistance is predictable. It's not personal. It's just the voice of inertia. Expect it, anticipate it, and move anyway. The more you override it, the quieter it becomes over time. 6. Embrace the micro-win. Celebrate the act of simply standing up. It sounds small, but in that moment, you've already defeated the most dangerous part of your day, the urge to stay stagnant. Every habit you build after this hinges on that first decision. Win the wake-up war, and momentum is already in your hands. Remember, discipline is forged in the moments nobody sees. There's no applause when you get out of bed on time. No one is cheering when you resist the snooze button. But that's the point. Discipline built in silence is what creates victories in the open. And this isn't just about mornings. This is about identity. When you master the first action of your day, you train your subconscious to align with your higher self. You stop negotiating with comfort. You stop waiting for permission. You start embodying the version of yourself who acts regardless of how they feel. So tomorrow, when that alarm cuts through the quiet and the weight of sleep clings to your body, remember, the war starts here. There's no negotiation, no excuses, no just 5 more minutes. There's only action. Feet to the floor. Breathe. Move. Win the first battle, and the rest of the day is yours. Step 2. Ground the storm. Your mind wakes up like a battlefield. Thoughts firing from every direction. Fragments of ideas crashing into each other. Chaos masquerading as energy. This is the gift and the curse of an ADHD brain. That storm is raw power, but left unchecked. It will scatter your focus, derail your intentions, and burn through your energy before the day even begins. To control the storm, you don't suppress it. You ground it. You create calm in the chaos, structure in the noise. Think of this step as driving a stake into the ground during a hurricane. You're not trying to stop the wind. You're anchoring yourself so the storm doesn't throw you off course. Here's how to take control of that volatile energy from the moment you open your eyes. 1. Breathe like a warrior. The first thing you do when you stand is breathe, deliberately, deeply, and with purpose. This isn't just about oxygen. It's about signaling your nervous system to stabilize. Actionable practice. Stand tall. Feet shoulder-width apart. Shoulders back. Inhale deeply for 4 seconds through your nose. Hold that breath for 4 seconds. Let the tension sit in your chest. Exhale through your mouth for 6 seconds, slow and controlled, as if releasing the noise from your mind. Repeat for 10 cycles. This simple practice grounds your racing thoughts, slows your pulse, and forces your mind to align with your body. You're telling your nervous system, I am in control here. 2. Hydrate to ignite. The ADHD brain is like a high-performance engine. If you try to run it dry, it sputters, misfires, and collapses before you ever hit full throttle. Actionable practice. Keep a tall glass of water by your bed or in your kitchen. Drink it immediately after breathing. Add a pinch of pink salt or a squeeze of lemon for electrolytes and natural alkalinity. This simple ritual clears the brain fog and hydrates your system after hours of sleep. Within minutes, you'll feel sharper, more alert, more ready to engage. 3. Shock the system. Discipline thrives on discomfort. One of the fastest ways to reset your focus is through a cold shock. A burst that forces your mind into presence and cuts through the mental noise. Actionable practice. Take a cold shower for 60 to 90 seconds. If a full shower feels impossible, start small. Splash cold water on your face and the back of your neck. This isn't about torture, it's about command. That moment of discomfort sends a powerful message. I control my mind, not the other way around. 4. Silence the digital chaos. Your ADHD brain already wakes up at full volume. Don't pour gasoline on the fire by opening your phone. The notifications, the messages, the endless scroll, they scatter your focus before you've even set your intentions. Actionable practice. Leave your phone on Do Not Disturb for the first 30 minutes of your morning. If you use your phone as an alarm, switch to airplane mode before you sleep. Use this quiet space to stay present. The world can wait. Every moment you protect your attention is a moment you reclaim your power. 5. Create a grounding ritual. Your brain craves anchors, consistent actions that create stability. By repeating the same grounding practices daily, you create a predictable rhythm that trains your mind to settle faster. Actionable practice. Pair your breathing and hydration with something calming. Stretching, stepping outside to feel the air, or simply sitting in silence for 2 minutes. This ritual doesn't have to be long. It just has to be consistent. Over time, your brain will recognize the pattern and respond with automatic focus. 6. Own the calm. This is the step most people skip. They ground themselves but never claim the calm. After your breathing, hydration, and grounding ritual, pause for 1 moment of stillness. Not 5 minutes. Not meditation-level intensity. Just a brief pause to tell yourself, I control the storm. I control the day. And today, the world bends to me. Why this step matters. When you ground the storm, you eliminate the frantic reactionary state that keeps most people stuck in a cycle of chaos and exhaustion. You give your ADHD brain the space it needs to focus. You transform that scattered energy into a razor-sharp weapon. Without this step, you spend the first hours of your day fighting yourself. But with it, you move into your morning calm, clear, and prepared to execute. You shift from reactive to intentional, from scattered to unstoppable. This isn't about perfection. Some days the storm will fight harder. Some mornings, your thoughts will race, your energy will spike, and chaos will try to take the wheel. But every time you return to this process, the breath, the water, the cold, the silence, you strengthen the muscle of control. And over time, this step doesn't just shape your mornings, it rewires your life. Step 3. Move with purpose. Motion is medicine. If you live with an ADHD mind, you already know what it feels like to wake up with your thoughts sprinting before your body even catches up. That restless energy, it's not the enemy, it's potential. But here's the hard truth. If you don't give that energy direction, it turns inward. It mutates into anxiety, frustration, distraction, and mental chaos that will stalk you for the rest of the day. Movement is how you take control. Not random, distracted pacing, purposeful movement. When you deliberately engage your body the moment your day begins, you unlock the power of momentum. And momentum is the secret weapon of every high performer. Once it starts rolling, it becomes almost impossible to stop. 1. Understand the science of motion. The ADHD brain is wired differently. Dopamine levels fluctuate, focus flickers, and energy spikes unpredictably. But here's the advantage. Physical movement regulates dopamine naturally. Exercise sharpens attention, reduces impulsivity, and primes your brain for the deep, focused work that comes later. This isn't opinion. This is biology. You're not lazy. You're not scattered. You're simply a high-powered engine that demands ignition every morning. 2. Build your morning movement ritual. Your ritual doesn't need to be complex. It just needs to be non-negotiable. The goal isn't to become an athlete overnight. It's to move your body in a way that demands presence and intention. Actionable practice. Commit to 10 to 15 minutes of movement. No excuses. Choose something that wakes you up without draining you. Push-ups, squats, burpees, a short yoga flow for flexibility and balance, jump rope or shadow boxing for intensity, a quick jog or brisk walk outside. The type of exercise doesn't matter. What matters is that you do it every single morning, without debate. 3. Anchor your mind to the moment. Distraction thrives in autopilot. As you move, be present. Feel your muscles engage. Feel your heart rate rise. Hear your breath in rhythm with your movement. This is where you learn control, turning the storm of your thoughts into singular focus. Each push-up, each step, each stretch becomes a reminder. I am in control of my body, and I am in control of my mind. 4. Use the outdoors to amplify focus. If you can, take your movement outside. Natural light, fresh air, and the subtle chaos of nature ground your nervous system like nothing else. Actionable practice. Step outside barefoot for 1 minute before starting. Ground your feet to the earth. Walk or jog while focusing on your surroundings. The air, the sounds, the world around you. Exposure to natural light first thing in the morning also regulates your circadian rhythm, stabilizing your sleep and sharpening your energy cycles throughout the day. 5. Pair movement. With your intentions. This is where you level up the ritual. As you move, speak your mission, out loud if you can, silently if you can't. Declare your goals for the day. Declare who you are becoming. Example, today I build. Today I execute. Nothing stops me. Nothing distracts me. The storm is mine to command. This isn't about empty affirmations. It's about programming your subconscious while your brain is primed and receptive, carving new neural pathways with every breath and every step. 6. End with stillness. After movement, take 60 seconds to stand still, eyes closed, breathing deeply. Feel your heartbeat slow. Feel the energy you've just harnessed. Controlled, sharp, focused. That stillness becomes an anchor for the rest of your day. A reminder that you're not being carried by the current. You're steering the ship. Why this step matters. Movement is the bridge between chaos and clarity. Skip this step, and your restless energy festers, spilling into everything you touch. You'll chase distractions, start tasks you never finish, and spiral into frustration by noon. But when you move with purpose, you flip the switch. Your mind sharpens. Your emotions stabilize. Your body and brain sink into a single focused state, primed for execution. This isn't optional. It's not a hack. It's the foundation. Every high-performing warrior, every disciplined mind, every builder of empires understands this truth. Action creates clarity. Motion creates momentum. So tomorrow morning when your alarm goes off, don't just rise. Move. Even if it's only for 10 minutes. Even if it feels small. Because those 10 minutes are the difference between a scattered day and a focused one. Every morning you choose movement. You're not just training your body, you're training your identity. You're teaching your brain that you are a person who acts, who executes, who refuses to be ruled by chaos. And over time, those small, deliberate choices compound into something unstoppable. A life of discipline, momentum, and purpose. Step 4. Build your war map. If the morning movement ignites your engine, the war map gives you the coordinates for where to drive it. The ADHD brain is a storm of ideas, impulses, and possibilities, all firing at once. Without direction, that storm consumes you. You bounce from task to task, starting 10 things and finishing none, ending the day exhausted with nothing to show for it. Structure is your weapon. Clarity is your shield. And your war map is the battlefield strategy that turns chaos into precision. This is where you stop reacting to the day and start commanding it. 1. Simplify the battlefield. The biggest mistake most people, especially those with ADHD, make is overloading the day with endless tasks. They write bloated to-do lists that are impossible to complete, then drown in the guilt of unfinished work. Your war map is the opposite. It's minimal, ruthless, focused. Actionable practice. Write down 3 major targets for the day. Not 5, not 10. 3. These aren't just random tasks. They're the actions that, if completed, would make today a victory. Rank them by priority. 1 mission-critical task, 1 secondary task, 1 small but meaningful win. When everything is a priority, nothing is. Simplification creates clarity, and clarity drives execution. 2. Align with the bigger vision. A war map isn't just about today. It's about connecting today to the future you're building. Ask yourself, does this task bring me closer to who I want to be? Does it feed the vision I'm creating? If the answer is no, it doesn't belong on today's map. Period. Actionable practice. Every morning, take 1 minute to visualize your end goal, the life you're building, the freedom you're chasing, the version of yourself you refuse to die without becoming. Then filter your daily targets through that lens. Eliminate anything that doesn't move the needle. This step is the difference between being busy and being effective. 3rd time block for victory. A war map without execution windows is just ink on paper. To win, you must schedule your battles. Actionable practice. Assign a clear time block for each of your 3 tasks. Treat these blocks like sacred ground. If task 1 requires deep focus, protect that time from distractions. Silence your phone, close your tabs, and make it clear to anyone around you. You are not available. Start with your highest priority task when your energy is sharpest. Mornings are prime time. When the time comes, there is no negotiation. No later. The block is non-negotiable. You attack it like a warrior who knows the mission depends on it. Create visual triggers. The ADHD brain thrives on visual cues. If your war map lives only in your head or buried in a digital app, you will lose focus. Actionable practice. Write your 3 tasks on a whiteboard, sticky notes, or in a visible notebook on your desk. Each time you complete one, cross it off with deliberate action. The dopamine hit from the small victory fuels your momentum. Your brain needs to see progress. Make it tangible. 5. Adapt, but never drift. Life will test your war map. Distractions, emergencies, random chaos. They will come. This doesn't mean your day is lost. It means you adjust without abandoning the mission. Actionable practice. If something interrupts your focus, pause, reset, and return to the map. Ask yourself, what is the most important thing I can do with the time I have left? Adaptation is a skill. Use it without losing sight of your priorities. 6. Review and refine daily. A war map is a living strategy. At the end of the day, you review what worked, what didn't, and refine for tomorrow. Actionable practice. Spend 5 minutes journaling. Did you hit your targets? Where did you drift? Why? Identify patterns. Are you overloading your mornings? Underestimating the time tasks take? Adjust tomorrow's map with brutal honesty and precision. Why this step matters. Without a war map, you're flying blind. You're running full speed with no direction, and that leads to one thing: burnout, without progress. But with it, you create a system of clarity and execution that compounds every single day. This step transforms productivity from a vague concept into a daily battle plan. It teaches your mind to cut through the noise, to focus on what truly matters, and to take decisive action on the few things that create real results. And here's the deeper truth. A war map isn't just about getting things done. It's about identity. Every morning you write your 3 targets, and every night you review your wins. You're reinforcing a powerful truth. I am a builder. I am disciplined. I create my life, one focused day at a time. Do this every day, without fail, and you will not just control your mornings. You will control your destiny. Step 5. Take ruthless, imperfect action. This is where everything changes. You've won the wake-up war. You've grounded the storm. You've moved with purpose. You've built your war map. But none of it matters unless you take action. Relentless, imperfect, unapologetic action. The ADHD brain loves to overthink. It craves novelty. It gets trapped in planning, tweaking, and preparing until the day is gone and nothing meaningful is done. This step ends that cycle. Here, you stop talking about what you're going to do and start executing ruthlessly. 1. Kill the illusion of perfect. Perfection is the oldest lie you've been sold. It whispers that you need the perfect plan, the perfect moment, the perfect mindset before you start. That lie is why you've been stuck. Execution doesn't demand perfection, it demands movement. A rough draft today beats a perfect plan that never leaves your head. Action sharpens the blade. Hesitation dulls it. Mantra: start ugly, start messy, start scared, just start. 2. Attack the hardest task first. Every day has its poison. That one task that's heavy, uncomfortable, or intimidating. Most people avoid it. They shuffle papers, answer emails, stay busy while ignoring the real work. Not you. Actionable practice. Look at your war map. Identify the single hardest, highest impact task. Attack it first, before distractions build strength. Don't wait for motivation. Discipline does not negotiate with feelings. The first big win of the day triggers a dopamine surge that fuels your momentum through every other task. 3. Work in ruthless sprints. The ADHD brain struggles with endless, unstructured work sessions. Time feels slippery. Focus burns out. The solution? Work in controlled bursts. Actionable practice. Set a timer for 20 to 30 minutes. Eliminate distractions completely during that window. Phone off, tabs closed, environment locked down. Go all in. Zero hesitation. When the timer ends, take a 5-minute break to reset your mind, then dive back in. This isn't just about productivity. It's about teaching your mind to focus in short, powerful intervals that stack into deep, meaningful progress. 4. Build a bias toward action. When you hesitate, resistance grows louder. The way to silence it is simple. Move immediately. Actionable practice. Feel the thought, I should do this, and pair it with instant movement. Don't think, don't debate, start. Over time, this creates an automatic response, thought to action. It's like forging a weapon. Repetition hardens the steel until action becomes second nature. 5. Eliminate distractions. Like a soldier. Distraction isn't just an inconvenience. It's the enemy. Every notification, every random impulse to check your phone, every unnecessary conversation is a sniper waiting to take you out. Actionable practice. Turn off non-essential notifications. Use noise-canceling headphones or white noise to isolate your environment. Block distracting sites during your work windows. If someone interrupts, treat your time like sacred ground. Not now. I'm executing. Your focus is your fortress. Guard it without apology. 6. Embrace the power of small wins. Big goals are intimidating because they look like mountains. The secret is to carve these mountains into stones small enough to move. Actionable practice. Break every task into its smallest possible first step. Don't think about finishing the project. Just start with opening the file, making the call, or writing the first sentence. Celebrate completion of those small steps. They're not trivial. They're proof you're moving forward. Every step compounds. Every win builds momentum. And momentum, once rolling, is nearly impossible to stop. 7. Act, then adjust. ADHD brains crave stimulation and novelty, which makes overthinking feel like productivity. But clarity doesn't come from thinking, it comes from doing. Actionable practice. Take action first, analyze later. Use feedback from reality, not imagination, to adjust your next move. This is how you evolve. Fast, efficient, relentless. Why this step matters. The world doesn't reward intentions. It doesn't pay you for ideas. It doesn't care about the plans you never execute. It rewards results, and results are built by those willing to move when everyone else is frozen by fear, laziness, or hesitation. By taking ruthless, imperfect action, you train your brain to trust itself. You stop living in what if and start living in what's next. And the beauty of this step? It compounds. One action sparks momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence fuels discipline. And discipline, applied day after day, reshapes your entire reality. Every time you hesitate, remember this. The storm in your mind will never calm itself. You calm it by moving. Ruthless, imperfect, relentless. That's how you win. Step 6. Reflect, refine, repeat. The world glorifies action, but action without reflection is chaos, wearing progress as a mask. You can sprint all day, hit every checkbox, and still find yourself empty, running in circles, chasing the illusion of productivity while your life stagnates. This step, reflect, refine, repeat, is where you transform raw movement into intentional growth. It's where you take everything you've done, dissect it without ego, and sharpen it into something cleaner, faster, and more effective. Discipline isn't just about action. It's about learning from that action, evolving, and attacking tomorrow sharper than you were today. 1. Claim the last 5 minutes of your day. Every warrior needs a debrief after the battle. At the end of your day, before sleep, you take 5 minutes, no more, no less, to reflect. Actionable practice. Grab your notebook, your war map, or a blank sheet of paper. Ask yourself, what did I set out to do today? What did I actually accomplish? Where did I let chaos creep in? Write it down. Don't overthink. This isn't about crafting perfect sentences. It's about raw honesty. This 5-minute ritual turns your day into data, and data builds direction. 2. Analyze without emotion. Most people avoid reflection because they fear the truth. They turn wins into luck and losses into shame. You will not do that. You will strip away emotion and analyze your day like a strategist planning for war. Actionable practice. If you hit your targets, ask yourself why. What worked? What systems or habits gave you control? If you missed, ask yourself why. Was the plan unrealistic? Did you allow distractions to overtake your focus? Did you hesitate instead of moving? Look at the facts. No judgment, no excuses, just clarity. This level of honest review builds self-awareness, and self-awareness is power. 3. Celebrate the small wins. The ADHD mind often forgets its victories, obsessing over what didn't get done instead of recognizing what did. That kills momentum. Actionable practice. Every night, write down one win from the day, no matter how small. Crossing off the hardest task, holding focus for 2 work sprints, choosing discipline over comfort. This practice rewires your brain to see progress, to crave that daily win, and to recognize that small victories compound into unstoppable momentum. 4. Refine the war map. Reflection without refinement is just thought. This step is where you sharpen tomorrow's strategy. Actionable practice. Look at tomorrow's 3 tasks. Do they align with your bigger vision? Remove anything that doesn't create real progress. Reorder priorities based on what you learned today. Block the time for your highest impact task early in the day, when your mind is at its sharpest. Each night, you're not just planning tomorrow. You're building a blueprint for the next level of you. 5. Anchor gratitude. Chaos thrives on negativity. It feeds on your ability to see only what went wrong. Gratitude is the antidote. Not fluffy, shallow gratitude, but sharp, focused awareness of what is working. Actionable practice. Write down one thing you're grateful for every night. Something real. It could be a person, an opportunity, or even your own resilience in a difficult moment. This small act resets your mental state. It keeps you grounded. It reminds you that even in the storm, there is progress, and progress deserves recognition. 6. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Repetition is the mother of mastery. You don't build a life of focus and fulfillment by doing this once. You do it every night. No exceptions. Some nights you'll be tired. Some nights you'll think you don't need it. That's when you need it most. Because this ritual, done consistently, forges a feedback loop that makes you unstoppable. Reflect, learn, refine, execute. Reflect again. Day after day you will sharpen. Month after month you will evolve. And year after year, you will look back and realize that this simple habit turned you from scattered to strategic, from reactive to intentional, from drifting to dominating. Why this step matters. Without reflection, you're blind. You repeat the same mistakes. You let distractions grow roots. You stay stuck in cycles that rob you of growth, clarity, and power. But when you reflect, refine, and repeat, you step into mastery. You build a life that isn't just productive, it's intentional. Every day becomes a brick in the foundation of your vision. Every adjustment makes you sharper. Every repetition strengthens the system. This step is the quiet killer of mediocrity. It's not loud. It's not glamorous. No one sees it but you. But when you commit to it, when you do it relentlessly, the results are undeniable. Tomorrow won't just be another day. It will be a cleaner, sharper version of today. And the day after that? Sharper still. Until one morning, you wake up and realize you are no longer trying to control your life. You are commanding it. This is the formula. 6 steps. Simple, sharp, unforgiving. Wake up and win the first battle. Ground the storm before it consumes you. Move with purpose to ignite your mind. Build your war map to cut through chaos. Take ruthless, imperfect action until the day bends to your will. And when the war is done, reflect, refine, and repeat so that tomorrow is sharper, stronger, more precise. But here's the brutal truth. None of this matters if you don't execute. Reading these words won't change you. Planning won't save you. Waiting for motivation is death. The world only respects one language: action. Every morning you stand at a crossroads. One path is the same as yesterday: chaos, distraction, drifting through a life you don't control. The other path is war: discipline, clarity, and forward momentum that compounds into power most people will never understand. This formula isn't about becoming perfect. It's about becoming relentless. It's about stacking victories brick by brick until you've built a life where chaos doesn't own you. You own it. So when you wake up tomorrow, don't hesitate. Don't think. Move. Breathe. Ground yourself. Map the day. Strike fast. Strike hard. And when the sun sets, look back knowing you left nothing undone. Because this isn't just about mornings. This is about identity. You are not weak. You are not scattered. You are not broken. You are built for speed, for precision, for creation. The storm in your mind is not your curse. It is your power. And when you command it, nothing in this world can stop you. Control your morning. Control your mind. Control your life. Now, execute.